Roadhog is one of the most simplest brain-dead characters in Overwatch. All he does is shotgun, hook, heal, and that is the very reason he is impossible to balance, as there's no middle ground with him. He's either the unstoppable killing machine that even a million bastions firing every bullet they have will struggle to shoot through, or his hitbox effectively amounts to infinite ultimate charge. As look at him. The big issue with Roadhog is that his kit and abilities are simple on paper and in practice, which means he has very few balance levers that the devs can work with. The scrap gun is a shotgun that has enough range to damage people up to a medium range, a hook to catch someone with their pants down, and a self heal. That's it. No complex damage numbers, no crazy mobility to tweak, no crazy mechanics, just hook, line, and sinker. Most heroes have multiple dials you can tweak. Roadhog only has a few, and all of them are extreme. The big issue with Roadhog since the game came out is his self-sufficiency and his ability to support himself better than any other hero in the game. If you're playing by yourself, Roadhog is the best option if your teammates struggle to cross the street by themselves and are terrified of their own shadow.
Ooh, scary. No! No! That's impossible!
Look at his take a breather ability. It's the largest single target heal in the game that isn't an ultimate, so he isn't as reliant on healers for support and health. This means he is more flexible in terms of playstyles, as he can take care of himself better than other tanks. Other tanks need someone to bounce off of to maximize their value. Reinhardt needs someone to actually fire through his shield, so a shield can actually serve a purpose and not just be a shiny object for the team to shoot at. Winston often needs frontline heroes to be distracted, so he can harass and electrocute backline heroes and get up in their faces, with no respect for personal space. But Roadhog? He can take off angles independently as the heal does all the work for him. He isn't as reliant on supports catching him if the plan backfires, and take a breather also increases damage resistance, so Roadhog can use it to save himself in the pinch and in turn retreat back to his team. Roadhog not being as reliant on supports for heals also means said supports can keep the other team members alive, increasing their survivability. Potentially the supports can be off healers like Lucio and Zenyatta, where they have lower heals but are offset by having higher utility, such as Lucio's speed boost and Zenyatta's Discord orb, which turns every enemy into wet cardboard. Roadhog doesn't need a team to survive, which breaks one of the fundamental rules of Overwatch.
You all forgot the most important thing. Teamwork.
But here's the real reason why Roadhog is harder to balance than a boulder on a tightrope. The hook. The bane to any damage or support hero's existence is way too impactful and deadly for how simple it is. It's simple on paper, just pull an enemy from a distance, but the simplicity and deadliness of it makes it difficult to balance. If the hook lands, the enemy is dragged towards you and stunned, leaving them fully open to your scrap gun. Just one button press and 95% of the time, a damage or support hero will be completely eliminated due to the stun and scrap gun's high damage when close. Even with tanks which are hooked, due to the stun and displacement, if your team is coordinated and catches how the enemy Orisa is up in their grill, they can direct all their fire towards the robot, and since Orisa is 3 feet away, they won't miss their shots, increasing the likelihood of elimination. Every 8 seconds, Roadhog can delete someone from the fight and delete them with no effort. Other heroes need to put in the work to get an elimination. Soldier needs to charge up her railgun and only a fully charged headshot gets the elimination. Tracer needs to spray someone down for a few seconds, but she's at risk of being deleted due to a low health pool. Wrecking Ball often needs a roll through, a pile driver, and his guns to clean up the backline. It's an entire 10-step process that takes one sleep dart or flashbang to absolutely ruin your day. In contrast, every 8 seconds, Roadhog can eliminate someone instantly with 2 buttons, but unlike high damage flankers, he doesn't need another hero to cause a distraction. His hook does all the work. And that's the crux of the matter. In any video game, a good rule of thumb for game design is high risk, high reward. You want all the money, you want all the loot, you want all the kills, well you better pay a hefty fine if you flop like a dead fish. If you play it safe and live life in the slow lane, that's okay, but don't expect much in the way of cake and ice cream. Roadhog's eliminations are too safe and don't have much in the way of opportunity costs. He can pull someone from a safe distance and all but guarantee an elimination, turning the tide of the fight. He doesn't need coordination from his team or for the enemy to be distracted by a giant Reinhardt shield to eviscerate someone. And thanks to his high survivability, heals and independence, he can take care of himself if separated from his team. So if the hook fails and he is out of position, he has better survival odds than most of the cast. If Blizzard buffs him, his easy low effort one-shot kill potential skyrockets. The hooks feel oppressive, the heals help him survive nuclear explosions, and is ultimately unfair and unfun to play around. If they nerf or weaken the hook scrap gun combo or change his heals so he would be more reliant on his team, then they are fundamentally changing Roadhog as a character, so he wouldn't be Roadhog anymore. He can instantly eliminate any low HP hero with 2 button presses with minimal team support. He can heal himself and keep himself in the fight with minimal support from the team. He operates on 2 extremes, the 7-foot 1-man apocalypse or a walking battery for ultimate charge, and that depends on how well you play him. His identity lies on 2 extremes, which gives the developers aneurysms when they try to balance him. Roadhog is designed around extremes. He has the best heals and the best one-shot kill potential, which makes him absolutely lethal, but at the same time a wet noodle if nerfed into the ground. Honestly, Blizzard has a bit of sympathy from my part, as balancing a character with such a large number of levers to dial probably keeps them up at night. This is Zach, not Zach, signing off. Please remember to like, favorite, comment and subscribe.